Because if I'm not paying attention, and I walk into his range, and I realize, damn. So this distance becomes really important. We're just going to go back and forth, left and right. Just, so a little bit moving around. Nice and smooth. That's. What's that? First step?
I'm just phrasing it this weekend, actually, just for doing some instruction for learning. Remember, he's walking. We get so hung up on the fact that when we're moving, we're fighting. It's not much different than walking. You have to trace your foot, so you're not going to fall. There's going to be a moment like you're on the balancing one, and you're going to try. So don't worry about it. You know this difference. You're watching sort of so you should be.
It's about being relaxed. We talked a little bit about this evening already. You want to be set in your stance, but you want to be relaxed. You ready, guys? Yeah. All right. Watch your front toes. Point them straight forward, like I'm standing right in front of you. So forward and back, make sure your front foot is directed straight. But keep it on. Sorry, that's these boys are all gathering up nicely. I want to see how far I can get them gathering up nicely. All right.
Remember, you can take 2 steps, or 1 step to close 2 steps of his. If he's shuffling too much.
You're not trying to mimic my steps exactly. You're concentrating on using correct footwork, but keeping the distance. If I have longer legs than you and I go like this, take 2.
And that's why I mentioned it. I'm taking 2 to every one of his.
It's how long your legs are and how you feel comfortable taking the steps, right? Sure.
Exactly.
Do I need to replay that one back after?
No.
Watch your front toes. Watch him take that step to your right. Yeah, to your right. Don't be crossing over. Because as soon as you do this, he will run you down like this. Watch the body. You're doing your Olympic a little bit. Attempting to get a little bounce. It's right there. You knew it was there 2 seconds ago because you checked. Why didn't you notice it that time? Good. You both noticed the stage is right behind you, so you both took a little step, and you're like, wait for it. Good. So you get an idea of how the movement is important, right? You're still doing a little bit of back and forth. You're doing this up in the air, a little bit excited. What you want to do is be able to walk. Nothing violent. So it goes up and down, back and forth as you move around. Because as soon as you start doing this, people trigger on you. Because when you're up here, it's only 1 foot on the ground. This sucks for defense. This is when people run you over. You used to do this really bad. Really bad when I fought. I bounce up and down really bad. You can tell you all about it.
4 or 5 times in practice, you don't get it like that.
Yeah. And then people would be like, you're bobbing again, you're bobbing again, you're bobbing again. So I would spend literally every morning doing this outside of work, waiting for the doors to open, staring at the fence, going around in circles, and somebody show up and go, I'm not doing anything. It's important. If you've ever seen Kieran fight at his prime, when he's moving, he glides. He just eats up space like nobody's business. Okay, so they're warming up. These two need to warm up quick, fight. And you go on. So I'll take you guys. We'll do a little bit of over there for shots. So, I got a light. Just watch
My weight distribution in that.
when you land. What you do?
What I'm trying to do.
When you land, what do you not want to do to leave? There you go. Good call. So when you take a lunge, you don't want to do this, and then you get extra distance.
It was nothing.
They show this in the books all the time. We are not 4 foot nothing. Italian guys, super fit, and not trying to die. Our guys are not dependent on this. My knee, however, is dependent. I'm very dependent on it. It worked well. So what I want to do is I want to take that lunge. This needs to stop and take it short at a 90-degree angle.
Yeah, so.
What this does is it drives the force of my lunge down through the floor, not out to the end of my knee, which causes lots of pain. So it's basically a stops. Right? Ankles at 90, knees at 90. If you want to take the small ones, that's easy. The bigger the lunge, the bigger the step has to be. Not
You can do that. Usually I
and
can
if you
see,
can do it,
you can see the
do
shoulders.
it with an upright torso. I do lots of leaning. The cool thing about doing a lunge with an upright torso,
Yay!
I
It worked.
so I've missed. And now I can now I've got that extra 6 to 10 inches of lean that my opponent isn't expecting. So I go bang.
That's why I was doing the
Because
reverse. It's like, this is how I normally.
He's judging
go
all
back.
that.
I go back and do my reverse pose because.
Exactly, because this is great if he dies. If he doesn't die, I'm now in a position. Exactly. So I need to be a balance.
Just going backwards will be
It's
faster.
a little extra, which is really cool.
Because the moment you have to move your
So
shoulder.
that's what I want you. Right now it's just a small one.
Yeah, and there's
Foot
all-
length, maybe more if you're comfortable.
I watch shoulders, so I tend to watch.
Back foot is at 45 or a little bit more, not quite 90.
Some people.
This is cool, but it doesn't allow you to push off in any direction. Yeah, exactly. And there's no flèche in here. We cannot flèche. What you can also do is if you can do it, you can balance and use your back foot, pointing like this with the heel off the wall.
So just like this. And have
Yeah, it's balance is harder, but it pushes you forward a bit.
you guys can come over here.
You can move over there.
You guys done it?
We're done beating each other for the moment.
It's a little awkward at first because we're not used to doing that. Yeah. But that what that does is it gives you the ability to push off a little farther, right? But for now, you can at the 45 and just yeah. This is going to become a nice comfortable position for all of you. You're all in decent shape. It should be really easy for all of you. You'll be doing this a lot. So I want you to each do that in your own time. Take the lunge, hold it. See how it feels. If you feel off balance, you'll see why. You probably got a foot pointing in a weird direction, or you're leaning in a weird way. This is just a back. Nice and easy. Good. In the back. You have to remember that if you do this, you throw the lines, and he parries it, he or she will parry it. You have to be able to either stay here and deal, like Jacob said, or get out. Because if you stay here and don't deal, it's really quick. You're not dead, I'm dead. So it's get in or you get out. Nice easy. In. Okay, now blades up. Now you're not going to be doing the lunge at the same time, because that would create all kinds of problems. So what I want you gentlemen, I want you to hold your blades up.
How are you doing?
You've done it. Yeah. And just throw it. The idea is that he has to go through this to get to you. Because if it's up here, he's not so afraid of it.
He's not outside.
This at least makes him deal with something on the way. So yeah, I just throw it. Gentlemen, I want you to take your lunge slowly. I want you to aim your blade at his belly a little bit and watch the tips as you go in.
Huh?
Okay? You gentlemen, don't do it. Take a little lunge. Don't try to hit him. Just aim the blade with that same lunge we had earlier.
Oh.
Yeah. You're leaning with the heel. Yeah. You don't want to bring the heel up unless you're looking for that little bit of extra move at the end. But at first, I want to flat on the floor. Good. And return.
What's the angle of your weight exercise? You're at a 45 when you're launching.
Yeah. Don't predispose where you're going to put your blade unless it's an intentional thing. If you make a habit of always doing something and then attacking with it, as soon as he realizes it, he's going to let you do that and then you do it. All right. And again. Foot on the floor the whole way, flat. Nice shoes. Really? Nice. Those are cool shoes. I like them. Offhand, I want it up a little farther. In front of your face. That area. Okay. No wobbling. Ha! It is not so good because even if he pins it against your helmet, you're still dead. So you want to be able to see your opponent, but it needs to be up forward so you can deal with anything wild thing that your opponent will do. Okay. Return. I want you to take a little bit deeper lunge this time. We won't get there. You lead a bit. Come in, yeah. Take a bigger step. Distance is covered by your feet, not the lean of the knees, right? And back.
Yeah, better form though.
And again.
If it's hard, it's usually better.
Yes, you did it again. Forward. Yeah. You don't want to do that. It's bang. When you land, it's important that when you move, and when you lunge, put your feet where you want to be, stop them. Because we fight on wet grass, we fight on grass that's a foot high, on gravel. Very rarely when we get to a nice floor, and even then, when it's this nice, it's covered in dust. If I go on and do something crazy and my foot slides, all bets are off for my groin. I may be hobbling home. I've seen it, and I've seen people go this. The last place, where was it?
The church in Kamloops.
Yeah.
Maybe the church. A lot of the guys were wearing bucket tops, and all of them.
One of leather soles. Those are horrible.
You're like, what just happened? Like two guys at the same time doing lunges.
It's brutal. The trick is teaching your body to hold this position. Because when you start sliding, everything locks up and you can keep sliding and you're under control. It's not one leg going one direction and one leg going the other direction, which is always a bad thing. So you want to make sure that when you land, you're nice and tight. Okay? Sliding isn't a good idea. I know there are folks who fight like that. Don't, because you're not under control. If it happens accidentally, whatever. It happens to everybody. I mean, I don't know how many white scarves I fought when they step and they slide. And you're like, I almost cracked you straight between the eyes as you were sliding towards me. And they're very thankful if you don't.
I can say one of the worst skids that I've seen was at Or when somebody stepped in fresh buffalo poop and went whing! You can't really stop that no matter how hard you try.
But if you have control over your body and you land under control, that slide is much less reduced of a risk for you. And if you can kill your opponent while doing it, you'll get too cool. As long as nobody gets hurt. Right? Okay, we'll switch. Jacob, Josias, I want you to just hold your position. You gentlemen, don't hit him. Just take a nice small lunge you did it first and extend your arm. Pointing your opponent. Ready? Go. Good, nice. Zach, hold your position. Hold your position. Great, because you're leaning a bit with the knee a little bit, but that's perfect. Nice. Good. Offhand up. Because even though there's nothing in it, it can still defend you. And as Saviolo says, that I point all the time, it's better to take a slight wound to the hand than a grievous wound to the body. So he says, take a razor blade to the hand, who cares? As long as he's not chipping in the ribs. Okay, back. Well, make sure when you take a lunge, you land, you use bed, and you're low and comfortable. Because then it's easier to return. And then you're not locking the knee and you do this. Because as soon as you do this, you take it right through the eye. You want to be able to lunge and return, nice under control. And you may dip a little bit, then down and back.
Yeah, what did it do?
And that's the key. You get some guys like this. Nobody's touching the lunge. He lunges now, which there's a crap out of it.
Reverse.
Because they're used to seeing people like this. When Jacob lunges, that's the way it's normal. He's long and skinny. He's going to do that.
This isn't really changing anything. The shot's there now.
Shoulders there now.
This guy's just going nuts. Right now he's 6'2". Hey, it's close. You're probably in there 6'4".
Well, the thing is, it's a shield.
I'm 6'1".
It's a shield.
Well, you sort of have to run in your head. Right, so again.
And I know I can get
Yeah,
that.
and Brendan, would you do your lunge again? This time, change the side of the leg you're attacking.
But this does, by being open,
And go.
allows me to change in, and now we can get you to drop or come in hard, or go full down and launch. And if I'm not within range, it's easy for me to pop back into the chill.
Because it was going, it was like right in your hand would have caught it, but why worry about why take it in the hand when you're blade is just front? Okay, and return.
Might be okay because the left left you on this side.
Okay,
So
and go.
all your stuff here to that side. They might want to anything to watch, but you have your strong release.
You're not going to true edge against his
It's
I didn't see one of those wild.
it was an impulse, but I didn't like the hill, so go over here.
Perfect, return.
This is back in the
And one more, lunge. When you're on this side of his blade, true edge against his blade. Because when you're attacking, what that does is it gives you the strength to resist him if you defend. Not for this drill, but in general. You want it against his blade because you're going to be pushing. Especially if you're pushing across his body for some reason, across his blades. Okay, your turn.
Yeah.
Alright, now,
As he's hitting it.
a disengage. I want you to add a disengage as you go in. Disengage is simply going from one side of his blade to the other. So if you start here,
And he's just following
you drop down, turn your blade so it's true edge there. That's when you start coming in. Don't start coming in while your blade is down here. Because this just says pending in the head. The problem with the disengage is it's underneath, right? It's either a V, which is a nice quick snap of your wrist, or it's a U, depending on how you like to fight. If you do this, as you come in, when you drop the blade, that totally eliminates all your defense. Your head is wide open, unless your opponent's stand sniper, then they're going to snack your hand and you're done. So the key is disengage. As it's coming up, that's when you move forward.
Well, if you can time it.
Because that's when you're looking for control. Hands on your way and you don't want to get control. Because as you get control, he does the same thing. So that's where the dance comes into play. Is the disengage. Then you add the foot movement to that. Then you got two people that to control, moving around. That's when it becomes interesting. That's when it becomes chess. It's also it's hard for people to figure out what's going on. But it's fun. Okay. So, Brandon, just come in, one off the plate, bring it up on your side, reach in, reach against the plate. Step up, and go. Good. Now back. Now do it the other way.
We do the down thing, that makes
Go.
it just for a week. I'm going, yeah, all right.
Good idea. This time,
I got you guys.
yeah, true edge. And return. All right.
But if I miss that,
Let's do some
if I miss him with sword,
Okay.
starting will disengage on him.
I want
Any other.
Matt and Brendan, stand straight now, put your hand up. It's target here. You two, you just throw a lunge and hit him in the
Yeah,
head.
no problems doing that because it's here.
Because then people are like,
Don't put it near your head.
yeah, we can take him out.
Put it out there.
Oh, try.
And
Yeah.
don't move it just for now. So I want you to set up against your opponent and throw opposite his head. Yeah. Yeah.
That's good. That's for some.
Nice, slow lunge. Do it 20 times. Doesn't matter.
Dealer's
Yeah,
choice.
interested in writing it
You're wanting me to-
If it's hitting and it's popping your butt, if it's too hard, let them know. It should be a touch. It could be moving a little bit. And you don't want it coming in and banging it. Because if that's
I was
your
actually
sternum,
trying,
it stings like a
bang,
wolf.
bang, 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 and then for
Watch the back foot. Like this.
Have to go simply because we've got some.
Don't roll it, Jake. I used to do that
I
too.
love fighting.
I have a beautiful picture of me going, ha ha! It looks so awesome. And then the first thing somebody pointed out is, why are you doing that to your back foot? And it's just ruined this beautiful photo of me throwing a
Yeah,
lunge.
okay, so like,
Cameras are out there.
No, it's just like.
Yeah, this will be going up on YouTube later.
There we go. You're going to edit out all of the vocabulary, right?
Oh no.
It's just one of those. Sorry, guys.
Back up.
First one is yes.
doesn't.
One.
Doesn't.
Hopping forward. Hopping down. Let's see. Lunge, back lunge.
Make sure we're down for scar,
Move your back foot to about there. That's where you slid it.
regardless.
I don't see an offside line coming from right behind me.
The show dancing. You know, oh.
Rolling.
I wait for the tip of his thumb.
Yeah.
Good. Did you do that 5 times in a row?
Wait, start.
Alright.
Danescomber.
Perfect. Switch.
Okay, come get some.
Ladies and gentlemen, yeah, hold up the hand. Basically, you just, not going to touch it. You should just do that. That should be enough for you to recognize the fact that it's going to kill it. If he doesn't, then you hit him hard. And you don't hit him hard. But the idea is that we play with the touch. It doesn't matter what people say, we play with the touch. If you feel it, you take it, fall down, down. If you argue,
But you have to bring your.
people are going to hit you harder. And there are people a lot stronger than all of us combined who can hit you harder and will. So you take the shot, you die, and everybody likes you. And then you kill them next time, over and over and over. Yeah. So take your stance. Actually, what we'll do is take your range first. I want you to walk up, hold your hand up,
The thing is,
place your tip on your opponent's hand. Okay, now what you're going to do is, in this position, drop your back foot into a lunge. Nice and comfortable, not huge, nice and comfortable. And then step back, don't move your back foot. So now you return. So that's your the average zone for you. That's your range. Where your opponent is,
Look at my back.
far away from you, that's your average zone. It's a nice little lunge. You could probably lunge farther, but not so. So I want you to now to do 20. Hit his hand, and return. Don't move the back foot. Okay? Go. Slow and steady, Burns. Don't lean with the knee. You're doing this. If you're doing this, that means you're not taking a big enough step to his hand. So take a bigger step, then you won't. There you go. Keep the back foot flat on the floor. Just like that. Good.
Oh, whatever the back is.
You drop your hand back. He's that's too bad. See, the thing about, because he's shorter than you, he loses distance when he's got to do this, right? His range is perfect here when he has to go up to between the face and down at the knees. He loses range because of the arc of his blade. So his best chance to kill you is straight into your chest. So remember that when you fight something shorter than you. Which is pretty much everybody.
So do it one more time.
A little bigger step. Just a tap. Okay, just a bit. The trick is to make these habits thoughtless, and then when you're fighting, your body will do it. And then you can make adjustments from there, based on what you're trying to do, rather than based on you thinking about it. Because if you think about what you're doing, then that's when you're trying to got your hand anyway. Yes. Yeah, I want you to move the back foot. Back foot. Except now, because what you're doing is you're hitting them with an extended reach. The idea is this moves first, then your feet. Because if your blade doesn't move before your feet, what happens is that you move into range before you're defended, before your blade is up. And doing this isn't so cool. Because then you take it in the face before you have a chance to attack. So, keep going.
On the shoulder, you're not. You can do your shoulders, but
There you
you're not. Find a foot.
go. Back foot on the ground. Yeah, there's a lot of things about it. That's why we do these drills, is to make most of it second nature. Is that fine? Ish. Okay. Okay, you got it. Good job, Mike. Go fight.
Oh, okay, I thought you
Got my crochet.
Coming for Christmas.